Hi everyone, it's Don from Crux Cinematis with a little story with this video. I was busy modelling one night in 2010, halfway through this kit, when my son decided to make his appearance in the world a couple of months early. So it immediately got shelved, and this is me coming to the bottom of my to-do list. So this is how to build a Hexblade, which is the all 6 variants of the Stormlord Shadowsword kit. You will require a magnet Polarity Checker for this kit. Can't stress that enough. It's a fun project but pretty difficult at times, so let's see how we did it. The first thing was I hate the Vulcan Mega Bolter that comes with it. You can't see any of the barrels, it's just the muzzles. So I thought I'm going to make my own one. So I took some chuppa lollies and then cut the straws off, and I was looking at some aftermarket ones. That's me comparing them there, and I thought I'm going to make a full barreled version but have the cupola of the tank in the backwards position so you can see the whole barrel. So that's me just making some holders out of plastic card and fitting the barrels to see how I could make that work. In the end I actually cut them a bit shorter, but I want you to see it's a Vulcan Mega Bolter, not just hide it away. So that was that. So a lot of dry fitting, and that's a big thing in this build, is lots of dry fitting and check again. One of the things you need to do is put 2 rails down the side. The old Baneblade kit had a much thicker sprue, but you can make it work with the thinner one, and just put two of them down the either side. This is me showing you where to position the central magnets. So you draw round the front and back sections, and that gives you a safe area to work with, and then just draw some lines on the actual turret itself, so you can know where to push your 4 magnets that sit on the 2 main magnets. So this is me just putting the magnets in position. So 2 big magnets, nice and powerful ones, in that central cross position, and you can't see them in either the front or the rear position. And then inside the turret I built a little frame from discarded sprue to sit the 4 magnets that sit in lock front and rear positions. This is me just building that frame and working out exactly where the magnets need to go. You'll see the pen lines there where I drew underneath to let me know exactly where they needed to be glued. So it's a case of get some good super glue and just stick them on. Those magnets are really powerful, so there's no danger that's ever going to fall off of there, ever. And that's me just showing you it's rock solid, and you really have to want to move it. You don't need to glue the back panel or the front panel because it should just be held in place just by the main turret itself. So this is me just making sure everything goes together, and that's me putting the biggest magnet of the whole build, which is roughly where the breech would be, and all the other magnets. And you'll see I built a little frame for that just to make sure it's held in position, and all the other magnets work off that. I used the central piece of the sprue to go down the main breech to hold the reciprocal magnet, so that's me just explaining there. I built that in the back of the breech. You can't see it, and it's the perfect way to hold a big circular magnet, because you really need to make sure that's got a lot of adhesion. So that's my Polarity Checker. So I've got body and appendage, and that's me just always checking the magnets, and a little dry fit of a magnet inside the main barrel just to see if it will go and stick on the inside of the breech. So once you've worked out all your magnets, you need to put one in this front part of the breech. I think the most pointless variant is the Stormlord, which has a silly little plastic plant pot looking thing that you have to find a way of magnetising, and the way to do that is to put a sprue down the middle of it and put a small magnet at the far end. So this is me just working out exactly how I'm going to do that. It looks like it's going to be very silly, but once it's inside you can't see it. So that's me there. I've just put a little bit of sprue and a magnet, and that's me just making sure that it lines up exactly, because I don't want it to be wonky when you stick it onto the breech. So once you've got that in position, everything else just follows suit. And this is everyone reckons this is the trickiest part of the build. It's how to get these side point defense weapons in position, heavy stubbers. So people use really thin magnets, but I just stuck an extra bit of sprue in there to give me more depth. It doesn't affect how it sits or anything, and I thought it was just a better idea than trying to whack in 1mm magnets. So I glue that in position, and then I drill out with my little sort of Dremel type tool the holes for the magnets, and then stick them in with super glue. I'm sure I'm breaking all sorts of health and safety rules yet again by holding it with my finger there, but it didn't seem there was any other way to do it. So just nice little holes. You don't want to go all the way through, obviously, and then once you get that into position with your magnets, it's not going to fall off. Just a reminder to use your Polarity Checker, guys, because you get this wrong, they will repel away from the main body, and that's not very good. So I use blue tack to find exactly where I need to drill the holes in the hull. So I think I'm sure everyone's probably doing that at the moment. And just nice and gentle little holes there, and then in with the super glue and in with the magnets, and away you go. Just one quick point to note, I was building this without any instructions, and it took me a while to realise that the parts actually were slightly different for left and right. I realised before I drilled the holes though, so it's not quite as bad as that. And then it was time to put the armour plates on the side. One of the things to note is there's a hole and peg system that holds the breech in position, and with feedback from my new friend Batasai, who has a YouTube channel of his own coming soon, that actually was missing a part from the top, and in order to get that to fit in I needed to cut this channel out so it slid in. Instead of going in vertically, it slid in horizontally. So you can see now there's a sort of C-shaped plate on the top, and this is me now cut that part and making sure it fits, and the magnet pulls it into position quite strongly as it happens. And then need to check the Vulcan Mega Bolter part as well. Does that fit in? And yes, it does. It just clicks in position just like that. So thanks for him to pointing that out for me. And also I obviously drilled all the holes in that barrel. Just makes it look so much more realistic. So the next big challenge after this was the side sponsons. I know most people had magnetised them. I couldn't really see the benefit of doing it, but I thought maybe I'm missing something, and without the instructions I decided that I better follow suit. So it's just a simple case of building the sponsons as normal, but then cutting a bit off the peg, fitting a magnet, and then fitting a magnet into the recessed hole that's already in the hull. So you need lots of good music, so I'm listening to, what am I doing there? I Will Wait by Mumford & Sons as I'm finishing off the just the details. You'll see I put blue covers over the end of the barrels because you can see the seam joins in the model, which I think is really silly. So that's me just putting all that into position. So we're really getting quite close to the end now, and this is probably the bit I'd sort of not really thought about, and I needed to magnetise the back engine cover, which becomes a troop deck in the Stormlord variant. So here's the turrets getting magnetised. Again, no great trick to this. I didn't really think it was necessary, but there you go. A cup of coffee always helps you keep going as well, so music and coffee, and that'll keep you right. It's a big long build, this one. So yeah, it does spin around quite nicely, but I'm not really too sure you can have survived without that, if I'm being honest, but everyone else seems to do it, so I followed suit. That's the magnetised engine cover just going on the back there. And as I say, I wanted to build my Stormlord with the barrel in the same position, but the hull, the turret in the back position on the hull. I just think it looks quite a lot smarter than the you can't see the Vulcan Mega Bolter. So that's my scratch built one. As I say, more than happy to receive your comments on it. So we'll quickly go through the other variants as well. The next one is probably the biggest one, and it can either be the Bane hammer or the Doom hammer. It depends what you want to do with it, but that's the main breech part that goes on, and everything really connects through this. So you'll see this one. What's the next one? That is the Storm Sword, if I can say that properly. And then you just take that bit off, and then you can use the big long barrel, which will give you the Shadowsword if it's got the that's the Bane sword, and then you put the bit on the far end, it becomes the Shadowsword. So you'll know the rest of these variants, and I have to name them for you, but again, I think that one looks quite silly. That's the Doom Hammer, but it's the perfect vehicle if you want to go away and get up to some mischief. Perhaps if you want a dirty weekend or something like that, a big chuffing tank like this is just the vehicle you need. And certainly, with the paint job, I'm going to try something really wacky that I've never really done before, and I'm trying to decide, because obviously tank commanders usually paint their sort of high school sweetheart's name on the turret or something like that. So I'm going to try something a wee bit different, a wee bit crazy, because I think this model deserves it. I really liked it. The magnetised aerial is just a nice wee touch, because I was forever snapping that off the Baneblade. So really, it's a lot of fun. Once it's working, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of frustration trying to work it out, but I didn't have the instructions, which didn't help at all. But I asked some people on sort of Facebook, and they were very gracious with their answers and their support and help. So I like the little troop deck part. I'm not too sure I would actually fancy being one of the 20 or so guardsmen that apparently you can cram into that space. I can think of better things to be doing, and they're potentially behind 6 inches of armour. But it is a solid build, so it does actually all hang together when you build it. And certainly, if anyone's got any comments about the build, if I've done something wrong or whatever, please share them so other people don't repeat my mistakes. But ultimately, a fantastic piece of kit that you can actually build all 6 variants. I'm just disappointed that Games Workshop obviously don't want you to do that. They could have made it so much easier, but obviously they want to sell 6 variants instead of just 1. So please comment, like and subscribe. We're nearly at 900. I would love you to subscribe so we can get to 1,000. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye bye.